All I can say is you better like this.
Huh?
You better like this.
Swear to God if he doesn't.
What's up, YouTube? Griever and Arleen here, and this is a project I had actually started probably about 5 years ago with my friend John, and we are finally going to be building for our friend Andrew the Hyperion from Final Fantasy VIII. So, Andrew is about as big of a Final Fantasy fan as I am, and while I would love to try and make the revolver, still trying to figure that one out in my head. I did figure out, with the help of my friend John, that the Maverick has a very close shape to the Hyperion. And what the Hyperion is, it is a gunblade used by one of the main antagonists, Cypher. And it is a gunblade, part sword, part hand, like Beretta. Yes, very small scale version of it.
I'll just hold it up here while you talk about it.
Yes. So what we're going to do is now, with prop making and everything part of the channel, we're going to prop make this. So we have some pink insulation foam that we're going to be using for the blade, main part of the blade. We're going to wrap that in 3mm foam. We have a new Maverick that we're going to use to cut up and replace and make the main handle of the Hyperion, because this was the original that I did make with John, and I look back at it 5 years ago, man, this is really sloppy work, but I'm still going to probably keep this around just for sentimental reasons. But we're going to start fresh. I'm going to lay everything out and start sketching out the blade, remaking the cuts on this. We have the belt sander now, which will definitely help in this.
Yeah.
So let's get to work. Okay, so what I am doing right now is I am opening up the Maverick to basically strip all the internals on it, while Arleen, you cannot see off camera, is on the other workbench starting to sketch up the blade. I figured I will start on this because once I have everything out, I'm going to start marking it off of where to start cutting, because I know Arleen is going to take a while with the blade because she is a perfectionist to the nth degree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great and all, you know, it keeps us focused on making sure what we make comes out really nice.
I know, I'm a pain in the butt.
But we love you.
Yeah. Sure, you do.
So, oh, and for those concerned, do not worry. This is not the Midnight Blue Maverick that is up on my wall with my long shot. This happened to be an extra one I had actually gotten from a friend of mine a while back, red shot, because he knew I was looking for one. So, I mean, this thing was in pretty bad shape, but we can all fix it up. I mean, a couple of marks in the on the priming handle and all, but it's nothing that can't be taken care of. So, actually, plunger and all that stuff probably able to go into a parts bin. But the only things we're going to be keeping for this are, if I can get this out, are going to be the return spring for the slide, because I still want the slide to be functional, the trigger and the trigger spring, and also the release button, because if I take this out, it is going to cause a huge gap in the shell, and that's just not going to be fun to work with. Okay, so little update. Arleen is still working on the blade, trying to figure out the right geometry on it. Meanwhile, I've already finished off sanding and prepping the slides. All logos are off. I got to do a little bit of sanding more here. But basically what I used was I used the Dremel sanding wheel to get off the bulk of all the lettering, like the Nerf logo here and like, you know, warning there or whatever. And I then went in with some, where is it? Some 220 grade sandpaper to kind of finalize evening everything out. And then I went in with 400 to smooth it out. So I actually did try the belt sander on the Nerf logo. Belt sander is way too coarse for the plastic to kind of take stuff off. However, hocking off material is probably going to be what I'm going to need it for. So I'm going to attempt a belt sander to try and even off this piece rather than having to trim it down, sand it, trim it down, sand it. So hopefully that will work.
Boom.
Alright, so I've spent the last probably hour and a half.
2 hours.
2 hours? Jesus. Okay, so I spent 2 hours sanding the Maverick. Right now I've washed it off and it's drying. Arleen was nice enough in that time frame to lay out the sketch for the blade. So now, yes, multitasking. So we're going to try and cut this out. Would you like to do the honors? Since you cut it, since you drew it.
Okay.
And you like apparently cutting things.
I do. Okay, so here's the... I don't know if this is thick enough.
What?
Like, I think this is too thick for this blade. Am I wrong? Oh, hold on. Okay. Or, you know, get stuff that works too.
Can always get the reciprocating saw.
Yeah.
Because we know how well that worked with the pie in the face.
Huh?
We know how well that worked with pie in the face.
It did, because, yeah, that's... I think it's going to be a bit too difficult for this.
Oh, you're serious? Okay.
No, I'm not joking. Do you trust me with it, is the question.
I trust you with it.
Because I don't.
Here is the $64,000 question, though. The blade.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah.
It's also very coarse. We may have to make a Home Depot run. Home Depot run!
Yay! Rough cut.
Okay, Okay, so we have the rough cut. Yay!
Now what?
Alrighty. So far we have the now rough shape of the blade done. So, and it looks really good. When I was cutting it out, I did leave the extra material on it just because this way we have definitely enough to work with on sanding. And the replacement Maverick is now completely sanded, flush. Everything is all ground off and it looks really good. I spent a lot of time sanding this stupid thing.
Good 2 hours.
Yeah. So far it is coming along really nicely. Now we just got to figure out how we're going to take the rest of the material off and
paint it and
paint
put
it
the beveling on it.
Yep.
And
figuring out what's going to be the best way to attach it to the Maverick. So
my vote is contact cement.
Yeah, we're gonna try. We'll try. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Because we definitely want to be like super strong, not just possibly strong.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to brainstorm on that for a little bit, and we'll see you back in the next segment.
Okay, well, just in case, we're going to go over, so day one was sketching it out,
Right.
which I'm very proud of.
Yes.
Came out so good. Step 2 was doing just kind of a rough cut.
Oh, and also
with the hacksaw.
Also the initial bodywork on the blaster
Yes.
piece.
And this beautiful baby.
Okay.
That
It's
Jace has been wonderful to work on.
It's also covered in friggin' pink dust.
While I have been gone. And so now it is my day 2 in the workshop. Technically your day 3, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. And now we bought this beautiful... What was the name of this saw again?
Coping saw.
A coping saw. So this gives just better handling, manual maneuvering around this our outline here.
Yeah, because it's too much to just hawk off with the belt sander.
That's how we die from inhalation of all this damn foam.
Yes. And also we had the issue of the jigsaw that we originally used to
do the
rough it out.
Minimal detail.
Mine really kind of sucks. So it started jumping a whole lot once it got to certain places, and we didn't want to crack it or anything like that. So this is option 3 now.
Manual saw it is, and so far it's worked pretty well.
Yes.
We used it on another project, the hunter knife. So we know it works. This keeps spinning.
There we go.
Aha, that's why I keep you around. Okay.
Gee, thanks.
And now, the trick that I have noticed with this is you want to take nice long strokes. So when you put it in the foam, start at the top, go all the way down in the sawing motion, and pull it towards you, and get a nice, fairly clean cut.
They're much better now. It's not blown out. So the blade of the Hyperion is now cut to where we want it. Now it's going to be the fun part of sanding it smooth.
Please make sure to wear proper face masks so you do not breathe this crap in. Yeah. We will eventually get
proper respirators.
Again, subscribers, please. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Where's the ones we were just using?
I don't know.
Where'd they go?
I think I threw mine out.
I didn't throw mine out. I was playing with it.
Oh.
Here's one. I don't want to use it more than we need to.
Okay, do you see the giant sleeve I have under there? I think we're okay if we happen to use one or two excessively.
Save the earth! You know, it's a very good thing I got an entire roll of foam, because
yeah,
we would never have found foam this long.
Oh, definitely not. So, quick spritz of canned air to clean off all the dust, and also blow it all over the place.
I'm not taking this mask off. Much better.
Okay, so we're gonna need something big to cover everything with.
Yeah, my giant roll of foam.
No. I mean, so that this doesn't get all over the workbench. Okay, so now that this is all done, what we're going to do is we are actually going to adhere a layer of 3mm craft foam on each side of it, just so it'd be easier to do the not just the plastic dipping, but also the like the little embellishments.
Yeah.
So we found out semi the hard way that this foam does not like contact cement. However,
Repeat. Do not use contact cement with this pink type of foam.
give me failure 1.
Failure 1 that I have destroyed for fun.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'll get it out.
Okay, because trying to figure, okay, making the hunter knife, okay, that might work. Yeah, this is what happened when we put the liquid contact cement on it.
It eats it all
It
up.
eats pink installation foam.
Learn from our mistakes, please. That's why you have subscribed to this channel.
Yes.
If you are not already subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel. You can feel free to edit any of my subscription things out.
Okay, so we have this piece here. Let me get one more or 2 more sheets. Okay, and do you want to go cut off a hunk of
Where's my phone?
foam?
Where is it? Do we want to cut these out?
What's that?
Do you want to cut these out, or are we just going to put it on it?
I say we put the Super 77 on there and the Super 77 on this.
Okay.
Once it's tacky, we'll be able to just kind of like center it.
Okay.
Once it's completely dry, we'll cut it out because that shit stays tacky for a while.
Gotcha.
And even though it's only supposed to like kind of, it's like spray adhesive.
Yeah.
That shit will stick like you wouldn't believe.
I mean, that's great for our purposes.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Okay, so.
That way we don't have the same problem we did with the nail.
Yeah. Alrighty, so. And then I'll move this out of the way. We'll do this side of it.
Face masks!
Yes.
Safety first, children! This is why we need proper aerated masks. Oh.
Ah, shit.
Want me to?
Yeah, go ahead. Because I'm holding this one.
Okay. Pretty light layer.
Yeah. Just make sure you get everything.
Yeah. Oh!
Told you. And then lift it up. And I'll lay this one back down so you'll be able to set it.
Just want to make sure I get the edges. Alright. Oh, the sticky.
Told you.
It's all over my hands.
Yeah, this is already kind of tacky. Yeah.
Do we want to wait? Or... Because my fingers are already tacky from spraying this.
Okay, we can try it.
I know it doesn't have to be perfect, but... Ah, but it fits perfectly anyways.
Alright.
I'm gonna go wash my hands before this never comes off.
Yeah, good idea.
you go. Crisis averted.
Okay, paper towels are right there. I'll spray this, and then you'll do what you did last time.
Yep,
spray
I'll
that
do
part.
gun. Hold on. Mask on,
Oh, yeah.
mask. Safety first, people. We try to preach it at our best. Did you really lose it again?
Well, look at it this way. When we have the $30 spray, this one won't be losing those.
I just want to make sure this is flat. Because right now it's not.
I think as you push down on it, we'll flatten it. Woo!
So we have let the glue dry very, very long time this time because we were doing some other little project.
Little housekeeping.
Yay! I was happy to help. So now we're going to cut off the next side. Just using a regular blade. I'll take those.
Alright, so Hyperion blade is
Underway.
looking damn good. So here you can see where we were discussing earlier about the missing bevel, but again,
It's a pre-bevel.
it's gonna go to a point down here. So I mean, I can always just trim it a little smaller than I originally wanted, but either way, so yeah, so it's coming along. So
I'm thinking
One-
we only need maybe 1, maybe 2 more days of this.
I would say I would definitely give us 2.
Okay. Yay! Andrew, you better appreciate this.
He's going to absolutely love this thing.
I hope so.
Okay, so what I am doing on right now is just while Arleen is coming by tomorrow to help out with more of the bigger stuff like the blade and everything, just a little prep work I'm doing in the interim, which has been basically the work on the pistol portion of the Hyperion. And right now I am just taping off what is going to be black on the grip itself. So I've already done the gunmetal finish on it, which is, this is what the majority of everything is going to be. I got some black vinyl dye, which I'm hoping will go over this okay, if fingers crossed. And then I also have, we have enough of it. If not, we can always pick up more. Some of this silver for the actual blade detailing, because as you can see on here, I'm holding it to the microphone, stupid me. There's a little bit of silver detailing on it, which is, I'll show you in a little more detail, because we did talk about it, I believe, in the last segment, but like these screws are going to be the silver accents on this. And then where on here you can see part of the pistol grip itself is black. Since it doesn't have an exact shape on it, I'm just going to take the natural contour of the Maverick handle, which originally this was on the Midnight Blue one, this was more of a dark gray, and I believe on the yellow one this is actually black. But since we started with the Midnight Blue, we're gonna have to repaint that anyway. So I'm just doing that, taping it off, to save yourself some time and not have to tape off everything or risk having, you know, thinking, oh, you're just doing a small spot and, you know, having to tape off everything. A plastic bag actually works very nicely because the paint obviously won't go through the plastic, and you'll be able to get what you want without having to put tape on everything or risk maybe going over too far and then hitting something and then having a weird spray paint line. But that's all I'm doing right now, so you'll see the finished portion of this tomorrow when we start working on the actual blade. But I wanted to show you how I kind of did the taping off portion of it. So, see you tomorrow. Now we can just do straight lines.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's fine. This is literally just... I love it. That's all I want to do to it.
Okay, so the blade, for all intents and purposes, is done.
So, what someone decided and refused to film, because he thought we were going to screw up so bad, we essentially did, we measured the same equal distance around the part that we wanted to bevel from the edge that we originally cut, and then put a line down the center edge, and then did our best to manually cut on that angle for both sides and create that beveling, and then sanded.
And what we wound up using... Sorry. Mm-hmm. What we wound up using, I really got to get a new battery, was actually an insulation saw. Because we went to Home Depot to try and figure out what we're going to use to really do a good edge on this.
How about the tool that actually is supposed to be used
for
with the
material? Foam. So it actually worked out really well. I just took this to the belt sander to just kind of clean up the edges of all the roughness. I mean, if you look at it, it's not the greatest or most even edge, but this honestly isn't bad for our very first prop build. Oh God, I have to fix that.
Yes. Go fix. The more and more you look at something, like, take your time. Never rush from step to step.
And we're not rushing, and we're still finding little things like this, so never be discouraged if something doesn't go right the first time.
You'll find a way. We'll leave that to the plastic dip. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Passes my final
Hopefully,
inspection.
plastic dip will cover up some of the stuff. And all I'm going to do is, to hang it, I'm just going to take this screw, put it in this end here. Hopefully it will hold properly, because this is part that's going to be attached to the Maverick.
Which epoxy works, by the way. We already tested.
Yes.
Because we're not having this whole, contact cement eats insulation foam
issue again.
That was interesting, let me tell you.
Yeah, so what I actually did was, for those who are interested, I just took 2 small blocks of the insulation foam, put them on this gray vinyl dyed Alpha Trooper shell that I had.
Excuse me.
And I just painted the tip of the area with the gunmetal to see if the paint actually does react. And okay, that one started breaking a little bit. Okay.
Because he forced it a bit too much.
But that's still holding. So
you're just stronger than you understand.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go plastic dip this and then tape this off.
Yes, you did. Alright, so next up we are finally going to attach the sword piece to the gun piece. Just so you guys know, I am now going to be the one doing all the talking because somebody lost his voice today. The poor thing. So hopefully you guys can hear me all right. We are having some issue with the epoxy. So we're going to be using an epoxy resin which comes out of this nifty little injector. Is it clogged? And each side of the injector has the 2 different...
That's why.
Aha. Has the actual resin and I guess the catalyst is what's in it. And then that way you have equal parts when you inject it, and then you mix it together, and then we'll be able to glue this on. Taking a popsicle stick, mixing it together quite vigorously until it becomes a slightly opaque white. How's my narration going? very carefully and then smooth on in a nice layer. Oh, that goes on so smoothly. I was about to say, do we want to put it on the gun part rather than the sword part?
I'm gonna put it on both.
Okay, we're gonna put the epoxy on both the sword piece and the gun piece to hopefully help adhere it together. I have faith. Mind you, I really shouldn't. Considering our track record. I get it right in that corner because that's going to be the fulcrum point. I believe that's the correct term. Alright, and then carefully line it up. Alright, so make sure it's lined up nice and straight. It's as stuck together as you can, and now we're also going to put it in our vise back here. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Taping first. And then vicing. If I can undo the tape. What? Aha. No. Behind the glue. Oh. It's difficult when only one of us can communicate.
I can't communicate. You won't let me.
No, I will not let you, because that's how you get worse. Make sure it's in that crease.
I was gonna say, don't push it into the crease too much in case there's spillover.
Okay. Alright, that should be good. Huh? Oh, okay. You got it. So make sure to tape it all the way and down this, I guess, the spine of the gun where it connects. And make sure, don't do what I did, which was put the tape into the crease in case there is epoxy spillover. Which we should be able to fix, but it didn't really stay that well. So I think we'll be fine. Now putting it into my vice grip. Yay, I insisted on buying this thing because I really want to use it. So we're going to cushion it on either side with these two spare foam pieces. That way we don't leave any crease marks. Wow, my voice is horribly cracked. Oh, look at it just chilling there. Ta-da! High five. You're blocking the camera from the view of our beautiful work. Ta-da! I did not just poke it with my nail. My nails are cut. It is fine. So now it's just going to chill there overnight. Alright. Hi, everyone! He is now using a board because I don't want him to destroy his voice any further. So, the Hyperion is done. Thank frickin' God! Is that what you're writing? I'm so happy we had that whiteboard on hand. Anyways, so now we're going to cut to the clip of us presenting the lovely gift to Andrew, our wonderful, wonderful friend. We hope you enjoy it.
It's actually, I am my Antoine.
Because she said she called you Antoine.
I did not, but she just misunderstood me.
So, this is for you. There's a story to it.
Get him scissors of some sort.
Is this why I'm Antoine?
No.
No.
5 years ago, John had an idea, and unfortunately, I nurtured it. he had a thought for a great Christmas gift for you. Or it was originally a birthday gift, but then we were like, no, we'll do it for Christmas because it's going to take way too long because we were both idiots. So this was the 5-year ago prototype for what I'm about to give you.
The confusion. Welcome to me being a...
Like, what did John think?
Sorry for being the victim of our YouTube channel.
Holy Christ, what is that?
It's the final product.
This is what me and Arleen have also been working on for the last 2 months.
Actually, it's like open from underneath. Please do not put any sharp objects inside of said box.
Okay, your instructions are helpful. Thank you. Oh my God, it's like 7 Amazon boxes taped together.
It is not 7 Amazon orders.
But what do you know? It's like the
You might
Amazon amalgamation?
Yes.
The amalgamation? No.
Flip it over. That top piece just comes off.
Supposed to come. Oh.
Okay, now you can probably use it to just get the size.
He needs to work for it.
I've seen IKEA instructions less complicated than this. You know what I think that is?
Yes, a system.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
Merry
We
Christmas!
never figured out how to do the revolver, so we made you the Hyperion.
That's fantastic. I see where the initial concept came from.
And the best part is racket. It actually still racks and the trigger works. It doesn't do anything, but it is there for aesthetics.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I was not expecting this. Especially with that nice lead in right. Awesome.
I worked very hard on that.
2 months, man.
We have worked on that thing for 2 months on and off.
You will see the torture in the
You'll see-
video.
yeah, this is next week's video, by the way. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
So thank you guys so much for watching this lovely video on this 2-month journey now. God, a 2-month journey on working on this damn thing. We hope you guys like it. We definitely learned a lot on the way. I'm very excited to use these skills and perfect them over time. So you guys know the YouTube drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell at the bottom of the video, and am I forgetting anything? Nope.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!